Before we begin the video, I know it's going to be a long one, just bear with me. I wanted to thank everyone for getting the channel to 5,000 subscribers. That's a big deal, and it means the world to me that so many of you enjoy my dumb, silly videos. I know things have been changing since I came out back in October. You can read the pinned comment for more info on that one if you don't know. So everybody sticking around and supporting me from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. If you want to keep enjoying these videos as much as I enjoy making them, please leave a like on the video, leave a comment with your thoughts, and ring the notification bell after subscribing so you will know as soon as I upload. These numbers really help, and to the 85% of you who aren't subscribed, I hope you reconsider. With all of that said, thank you all so much again, and we're being so serious. Enough of that. Let's get to ranking these Waddle Dees already. But first, some ground rules. There's 300 Waddle Dees, but you get 3 for clearing every level. It makes no sense to rank 3 Waddle Dees that are the exact same, so I'm only ranking them once, which is why the bottom spot isn't number 300. Second, I split these Waddle Dees into different categories of quality. You'll see what they are as we go along, but starting out, the unlockable Waddle Dees I'll be talking about are just total trash. Well, not the Waddle Dees themselves, but you know what I mean. Third, this ranking. My opinion, you don't have to agree, although if you do, that is super cool. Fourth, I'm ranking these with the mentality that you're going to get them all in one go, not revisiting the level ever. Fifth, full spoilers for Forgotten Land. Obviously. And sixth, this video took me forever and I'm tired, so let's get started. Number 236. Oh boy. Take a detour and find a Maxim Tomato from Battle of Blizzard Bridge, the 3rd mission. I hate this one. Why isn't it just about finding the secret passage like all of the other missions like this are? Having to eat the tomato isn't so bad, but navigating this area can be really annoying. Why is it so obscured? Like seriously, how are you supposed to see this? And honestly, worst of all, why is it the 3rd mission when the tomato is at the very start of the level? I was stuck on this one for what felt like forever because I was always searching towards the end of the level after the 2nd mission, because that's how this game always works. On top of it being bad, it cheats you. And if it's going to cheat me, I am going to cheat at a spot on this list right back. Oh, right, and I want to keep these short so that this video doesn't take 10 hours. Number 235, venture into the secret passage, Gathering of the Beast Council, mission number 1. The same problem as the last one, except it's actually somehow harder to find. The mission slot is correct though, and I think that saves it from being dead last. Number 234, use Mouthful on the Sphere, 2nd Waddle Dee you can collect in downtown Grassland. Wow, we're at a Waddle Dee that I have nothing to say about already. Maybe this video won't last for 10 hours or whatever I just said. I forget already. Number 233, dig up a Maxim Tomato. Concrete Isles, mission number 3. Use drill and dig up a tomato in this specific spot. Why is this insanely easy one so low? Because why not? Number 232, find the golden fish. Mission number 2 from Fast Flowing Waterworks. I didn't even notice I got this one during my first playthrough. It's super forgettable and easy to miss despite being easy to get. Number 231, chest after Silly Dillo, the 2nd Waddle Dee in Gathering of the Beast Council. Be amazed, viewers, the game gave up. There's just a chest right there. Number 230, use a ring mouth to blow dust off of a chest, aka the 4th Waddle Dee in the staff side of a Live Wall. I don't know, this one just feels really boring. It's worse than the others in this level for sure, but my biggest problem with it is just that it is very boring. Number 229, jump into the secret underground base. Mission number 3 in windy freezing seas. Okay, the actual secret underground base, no problems there. This mission, you just fall on a platform and you're good, which is helpful for speedrunning, but super forgettable for any other context. Number 228, the Crocum Dee, Beast Pack's Last Stand, the 2nd Waddle Dee of that level. This one's just annoying and it takes forever, and I don't like it. Number 227, defeat a Poison Crocum Dee, the 5th Waddle Dee, from Searching the Oasis. Here is the first of many. There is a better version later on of the Waddle Dees. What makes this one unique, though, is that this one is boring and lame. Oh well. Number 226, eat invincibility candy, a trip to a rival mall, mission number 2. I have a soft spot for this one because of any percent, but the act of actually just eating the candy and nothing else should not be a mission. Are you telling me that if I eat candy, I can get a Waddle Dee? I don't think so. But, I'll be right back, actually. I'm gonna try that. I want a Waddle Dee. I'll be right back. Alright, everyone. I've got some good news and I've got some bad news. The bad news is that I don't have a Waddle Dee. The good news is that we are done with the trash Waddle Dees. We finished that pretty quickly, actually. Let's keep the good pace going and get into the next group, which are the bad Waddle Dees. Now, the Waddle Dees themselves aren't bad, of course. I made this joke already, but bear with me. How you get them is just bad. Not awful or trash or anything. Just bad. Just bad. Just number 225. Find the secret room through the tunnel. Mission number 1. Not much to say here, but at least you almost sort of kind of have to look for the secret room. Anyway, smash the mallet after bonkers. Abandoned beach. Waddle Dee number 1. This one is way too basic, even for the early game, but bonking anything with hammer is so fun. I mean, have you even heard that sound effect? Great stuff. Number 223, pound screws with hammer. Waddle Dee number 1 of Metro on Ice. I can hardly call this a puzzle or a set piece, but it's better than the last one because you get to bonk more than once. Bonus points if you have toy hammer at this point. Love that sound. Number 222, gliding Waddle Dee on Scale the Cement Summit, the 4th Waddle Dee. The first of many Archmouth Waddle Dees. Archmouth is not fun to replay, so these don't rank very well. This one especially is pretty boring. Number 221, Pipe Mouthful, the first Waddle Dee in windy, freezing seas. There's like 1 or 2 jumps here. Even getting the pipe is really easy. Yawn. The stairs mouthful can be fun, but to me, this just feels like busy work. I brute force because I can't be bothered to wait this one out. Number 219, the secret room of Conquer the Inferno Road, the 3rd Waddle Dee in the level. And this is one of the last puzzles in the entire game. Yeah. Number 218, drop down the open shaft on the right. Conquer the Inferno Road, Waddle Dee number 4. And this is one of the last puzzles in the entire game. Yeah. Number 217, after meteors, drill for the Waddle Dee, the 4th Waddle Dee of Enter the Fiery Forbidden Lands. And this is one of the last puzzles in the entire... Number 216, ring mouth for the Crumbling Tower, the Wastes Where Life Began, Waddle Dee number 2. This is not one of the last puzzles in the game. Points for having to blow on that crane tower thing to break the ground, but bonus points don't amount to much when it's this boring. I guess it is used in the current any % speedrun, so that is nice, but eh. Number 215, stairs for 2 switches behind the ice puzzle. Fast flowing waterworks, this is one of the Waddle Dees. I have it written wrong here, and whatever. I have way too much footage of me trying to cheese this with bomb. If it worked, this would be ranked so much higher, but it didn't work, so... bleh. Number 214, Waddle Dee on the platform. The Wandaria Dream Parade, Waddle Dee number 3. Finally a Wandaria Waddle Dee. Been a while and we still haven't seen Wandaria. This is another one you see in certain any % runs. I like it there a lot, but in any other circumstance, I find it super forgettable. Number 213, Drop Below the Bridge. The Battle of Blizzard Bridge, the 4th Waddle Dee. I don't want to say that the game gave up on this one, but when you've got 4 other Waddle Dees that are based around ability puzzles, and this one is just there, it feels really bad. Floating back up after making the fall is pretty cool though, I will grant that. Number 212, Drive Without Falling Off the Edge, Rocky Rollin' Road, mission number 3. This is a cool idea. Oh wait, it's nearly impossible to fall off. This is a bad idea. Number 211, enjoy 3 meals at sea, windy freezing seas, mission number 3. And maybe it's because I had never enjoyed 1 meal at sea in my entire life, but this one just feels like a big gimme. How are you going to miss any of these? Number 212, defeat wild bonkers with the cutter ability, the staff side of a rival mall, mission number 2. Our first beat a mini boss with blank ability mission. I love these in concept, but in execution, It sucks not knowing you need to defeat a mini-boss with a specific ability and missing a Waddle Dee after clearing a level. I know Cutter is right in front of the door, but Bomb and Ice are too, so how are you supposed to know you're supposed to take Cutter with you? Even with Chakram or normal Cutter, it's still easy, just cryptic, which stinks. And we're done with the Bad Waddle Dees. That's really good. We're going on a good pace here. From here on, it's smooth sailing, right? Wrong, because the next group I find to just be plain old mediocre. You can definitely argue that mediocre is worse than bad, but just humor me for the video, please. This took forever to make as is. Don't add more stress to the pile. Anyway, number 209, find the treasure hiding by the cactus triplets, Moonlight Canyon, mission number 3. Have you ever walked up some cactus and gotten money from it? I thought not. Kirby in the Forgotten Land, you are unrealistic. Oh, yeah, and this mission's boring. Number 208, infiltrate the control room, burning churning power plant, mission number 2. I honestly think this one's pretty bad, but it's up there because it's needed to access the third Hell Room. Number 207, behind the mouthful lockers, scale the cement summit, Waddle Dee number 1. Exploring and finding a puzzle for a Waddle Dee? Cool. Locker mouthful or whatever it's called being used for the puzzle? Boo! 206, cut grass to reveal a secret room, Circuit Speedway, Waddle Dee number 3. I like how well hidden this one is, but there's just not much to it. On the bright side, if you're like me, I'm sorry, but if you're specifically like me and how you don't like sword, Cutter can work here as well. Number 205, destroy the metal shutter, Northeast Frost Street, Waddle Dee number 1. I legitimately have nothing to say on this one, and I thought it would be funny if I included a ramble about dog days cause cute little puppers, but I think we're just gonna move on. Number 204, clear by using a second level evolved ability in the presence of the king, mission number 2. This one is as low as it is because of the wording. I read this and I think tier 2, but you need a tier 3 ability to get this one. It drives me crazy. I don't even get why tier 3 is required. I can't imagine that being a hard, cool mission. Tier 2 would be far more interesting of a challenge. Number 203, green colored coin pieces, Concrete Isles, Waddle Dee number 1. These look like potato chips infused with Mountain Dew. That's not why it's ranked so low, although it does sound really gross. It's just boring. Number 202, drive on the elevated road and break the wall. Rocky Rollin' Road, Waddle Dee number 4. I think there's a glitch that helps you do this one faster. Maybe? I honestly don't remember, but it's just kind of there. Number 201, break the metal shutter, Downtown Grassland, mission number 2. I actually kind of like this one for how it rewards newcomers for shooting down the metal shutter, but I can't deny that it's very nothing. I hope that made sense. Number 200, top 200 everyone. Destroy the animal sand sculpture, Abandoned Beach, mission number 2. And this one's slightly out of the way, but it's not too intrusive. I think it's way too basic, but if there is more than one, I think I'd like it more. That'd be foreshadowing right there, folks. Number 199, withdrawing lava platforms, drill at the right. Enter the fiery forbidden lands, Waddle Dee number 2. It was a very iffy description, but look at the footage if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Number 198, broken platform Dee, Moonlight Canyon, Waddle Dee number 2. Wait, if there's a platform down there, then how come falling hurts Kirby? Checkmate, devs. Number 197, ring mouth hole in the wall. Arrival Mall staff side, Waddle Dee number 5. This level is all about moving around with mouthful mode abilities that are in the core, so by default, none of these are individually all that good, in my opinion. They're not bad, but this one is mediocre. I hope you know that by now, but hey, just in case. Number 196, find the side alley, Northeast Frost Street, mission number 2. Okay, this one's a bit personal. It's well hidden, but easy enough to find for the observant eye. But I have lost so much time in so many different any percent speedruns on this one. I always forget to go for it. I've even had to reset a run or two because I always forget about it. Yeah, I know. That's my fault, but it just frustrates me whenever I think about it. Number 195, Ice Puzzle of the Battle of Blizzard Ridge, Waddle Dee number 5. Unlike the last one, this one is just plain mediocre, nothing really going on. Yeah, we're back on track for these. Number 194, head to the right at the end of the bulb room, Invasion of the House of Horrors, Waddle Dee number 3. Do we have the Among Us music playing right now? Probably not, but anyway. I really like how this one is hidden, but once you actually find where to go, it should have just been a free Waddle Dee. You'll never get hit here, so it just turns into a waste of time. Number 193, stand on top of 2 trains, Metro on Ice, mission number 1. I like trains. Number 192, more green colored coin pieces, Concrete Isles, Waddle Dee number 4. Rewinding the tapes, even though I do prefer this version, these look like potato chips infused with Mountain Dew. That's not why it's ranked so... Alright, come on, work! Stupid VHS player. Number 191, defeat the enemies in the secret room through the tunnel, Waddle Dee number 1. This is a follow-up to the first mission we covered earlier. There's combat involved here, so I prefer this one. Number 190, jump into the small tunnel, conquer the Inferno Road, Waddle Dee number 1. There's not much to this one, but it's got cool visuals. For once I can compliment the camera, it's pretty cool. And that's all I got. Number 189, hidden Waddle Dee in the gusty wind area, Windy Freezing Seas, Waddle Dee number 4. It's kinda hard to comment on this one, big shock. Any challenge is nullified when you realize you can just go back. It takes a while, but you can just go back. Number 188, end of the first room to the left, Wandaria Dream Parade, Waddle Dee number 1. The journey to this Waddle Dee is very fun. Dream Parade is a fun level and all, but the Waddle Dee itself is just kinda there, slightly off screen. It feels less like a reward and more like it's just mediocre. Don't worry, you're not gonna have to listen to me say that for much longer. Number 187, eat 3 tins of fish, Fast Flowing Waterworks, mission number 1. Another one I have a big gripe against, and you may think it's the second one since it's kind of out of the way, but I don't mind that one. I have beef with the first one. Or I have fish with the first one since that's kind of neat it is. I don't know. Anyway, I always miss it because I never see the shiny spot. And that's what I thought, until I looked back at the footage and turns out there is no sign that it's here at all if you're too far away. This bothers me to no end, especially since the other two I actually do enjoy getting. The third one in particular around that spinning whirlpool is great. But that first one, oh, it's so bad. Oh. Number 186, remove the wanted poster through the tunnel, mission number 3. Let's just blow through the mediocre ones really quickly. This one's good for any percent, but otherwise, I don't care. Number 185, don't jump during the pipe mouthful, Gathering of the Beast Council, Waddle Dee number 3. This one's whatever, not having to jump to get it makes it kinda boring. Number 184, secret room, move past the crates. The Waste for Life began, Waddle Dee number 3. This one should be cool, but you're never in any real danger. Zoom past it or wait it out, doesn't matter. Number 183, beat Wild Bonkers, Staff Sign of the Alive Wall, Waddle Dee number 3. It's the same thing as that Cutter one from before, but you're not limited to Cutter. Still, nah. Number 182, help the Lost Ducklings find their mama. Welcome to Wandaria, mission number 1. This one is adorable, but it's way too basic. Plus, there's a better version later on. The ducks are valid though, just don't hate ducks. Okay, now we move on to... Okay. The main difference between these and the mediocre ones is that I care enough about these to actually have stuff to say about them, but I still can't really call them good or bad. That said, this is by far the longest part, so buckle up and get ready for a lot of Waddle Dees. Oh, I sure wish I had these Waddle Dees. And you can with the sponsor of today's video, number 181, shoot the first target, Rocky Rollin' Road, Waddle Dee number 1. Any missions involving targets are better solely because Bandanity can break them. There isn't much to say on this one. As a tutorial mission, though, it is cool. Number 180, Secret Room, Green Coins, Metro on Ice, Waddle Dee number 2. This one's not hard, but there's a lot going on visually, and that helps it stand out. Number 179, complete the sign on the rooftop, Abandoned Beach, mission number 3. This one's actually really cute and satisfying to get, but you just walk backwards. Riveting. Number 178, Secret Room After the Underground, Windy Freezing Seas, Waddle Dee number 4. I think you can skip this one with the fire super jump. I'm not actually sure, but regardless, it's fine. Number 177, Lift Mouthful, the Beast Pack's final stand, Waddle Dee number 1. I like brute forcing this one, painful as it is for Kirby, but there's not much else to add. Number 176, Ride the Spewing Water to the Balcony, Downtown Grassland, mission number 3. This one is visually cool, but if you do the efficient and really heckin' awesome turtle skips, you miss this one. Plus, you know, there's not much to it, but it is satisfying for more casual play. Number 175, Past Wooden Crates in the Final Crusher, Burning Churning Power Plant, Waddle Dee number 1. I've actually messed this one up in the past for going too quickly. There's some fun Kirby fan trivia for you right there. Number 174, Don't Get Hit by Forgo Day-to-Day's Fire Attack, In the Presence of the King, mission number 1. I have never failed this mission, so I don't know which attack this is. Number 173, Ranger's Secret Room, Northeast Frost Street, Waddle Dee number 2. This one's basic, but I like the visual scope of this one. Not a big Ranger fan here, unfortunately. Number 172, Burn the Frozen Ice Blocks, Windy Freezing Seas, Waddle Dee number 3. I like coming into this one with an ability that isn't fire, getting fire, and burning the blocks quickly enough to get my old ability back. Major flex. Number 171, Hit the Box for the Waddle Dee, Not Gordo, Invasion of the House of Horrors, Waddle Dee number 1. There's a much cooler version of this one later on, but this one holds a special place in my heart, as it's the first Waddle Dee that I discovered that you can save a good chunk of time with if you use Bandana Dee instead of Kirby. I love Bandana Dee, so that made me very happy. Number 170, Don't Fall in the Lava while using Cone Mouth, Beast Pack's Last Stand, mission number 3. This one's actually not too bad, with the caveat that if you mess it up, you have to do the longest level in the game with multiple set pieces of the player doing very little all over again. Yikes. Number 169, Arch Mouthful, Moonlight Canyon, Waddle Dee number 5. Moonlight Canyon. I like this one more in my first playthrough. Now I get to the Arch Mouthful bits and Number 168, Remove Elf Villain's Wanted Poster, the Wandaria Dream Parade, mission number 2. The camera angle doesn't do this one any favors, but the marching animatronics help add some challenge to it. Makes it a mixed bag. Number 167, Cone Mouthful Smash the Ground, Burning Churning Power Plant, Waddle Dee number 5. I think I like this one more without the vending machine. Whenever I replay this level, I just ignore it. The cone bit at the end is cool, if nothing else. Now, before moving on, we need to talk about a certain kind of Waddle Dee. We love all Waddle Dees in these parts, but, and I hope you know this by now, the conditions to get them are not created equally. In particular, clearing a level and getting 3 Waddle Dees, I think, is great for progressing through the game, but not very exciting or interesting for a list like this. They're just okay. So, in a lightning round style, let's go through all of them in one go. Think of this as me ranking the stages based on things like their design, atmosphere, and mechanics. Basically, it's why some of the boss fight stages are higher than they would be otherwise. Number 166, Arrival Mall, Staffside. Number 165, Metro on Ice. 164, Through the Tunnel. 163, Conquer the Inferno Road. 162, In the Presence of the King. 161, Rocky Rollin' Road. 160, Moonlight Canyon. 159, Concrete Isles. 158, The Brawl at the Mall. 157, Abandoned Beach. 156, The Tropical Terror. 155, Danger Under the Big Top. 154, Windy Freezing Seas. 153, Downtown Grassland. 152, The Wastes Where Life Began. Number 151, Scale the Summit. 150, Welcome to Wandaria. 149, Gathering of the Beast Council. 148, Northeast Frost Street. Number 147, An Unexpected Beast King. Number 146, The Battle of Blizzard Bridge. 145, Collector in the Sleepless Valley. 144, The Wandaria Dream Parade. 143, Burning Churning Power Plant. These next 6 were really hard to rank in order because I love them so much, but 142, Invasion of the House of Horrors. 141, Fast Flowing Waterworks. 140, A Trip to Arrival Mall. 139, Enter the Fiery Forbidden Lands. 138, Searching the Oasis. And 137, my favorite level in the game, Circuit Speedway. Those are the levels. We're not done with the okay collectible Waddle Dees yet, though. Stay with me, everyone, we are almost to the good ones. Number 136, Climb After Eating Candy, A Trip to Arrival Mall, Waddle Dee number 1. I'm a fan of anything vertical in Kirby, so this one already gets bonus points. Getting to the Waddle Dee itself is a bit basic, but it's still an okay time. Number 135, steal 2 of the beast's meaty meals. Conquer the Inferno Road, mission number 1. The second one is what makes this mission. The first is impossible to miss, but it took me forever to find the second. It's really well hidden. Number 134, Pipe Mouthful, searching the Oasis, WADDLE DEE number 3. This is a great example of there's no substance, but it feels great. They balance out to making this one just okay, but the raw feeling of just plowing right through enemies is real good. Number 133, light the first cannon fuse through the tunnel, WADDLE DEE number 1. Another good introductory D, that rhymed right there. I like how 3D this one feels. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Number 132, switch on spinning platforms. Welcome to Wandaria, WADDLE DEE number 3. The spinning platforms add some challenge to this, but it's still pretty basic. Number 131, 5 green coins enter the fiery forbidden lands, WADDLE DEE number 1. I like having to look around for the green coins, so anything that involves hunting them down is one I automatically like well enough. Now this one feels a bit too autopilot for my tastes. It's still fun, just okay. Oh, she said it! Oh my god! Ow. I don't know if I'm keeping that in the video or not, but I just jammed my elbow onto my laptop's cooling fan. That really, it didn't hurt. I'm fine. Number 130, Ringmouth, final fans to raise the platform. Conquer the Inferno Road, WADDLE DEE number 5. Why is this poor WADDLE DEE stuffed in a chest under boiling lava all the way down there? This beast pack, they're rude. Well, not the Awoofies. They catch the WADDLE Dees, but they don't stuff them in chests and bury them under lava. So they're not perfect, but they're cute. Number 129, make all of the windmill switches spin. Conquer the Inferno Road, mission number 2. Hey, remember that last mission? It's the same, but there's a bit more to it. Wow. Number 128, freeze Florina with an ice ability. Scale the summit, mission number 1. Like what I said, what feels like an hour ago, I wish the mini-boss missions weren't so cryptic. How would you know to use ice instead of cutter here? I mean, on the bright note, I do love the idea of specifically freezing Florina, so it ranks higher than something like the Cutter Bonkers one. Number 127, clear without touching any ghost Gordos. Invasion of the House of Horrors, mission number 1. This one's a bit too easy, but I like the idea of it. Playing around the ghost Gordos is fun, but once you know not to get hit, it's easy to get around them quickly. Number 126, High Up D, Metro on Ice, WADDLE DEE number 4. That has to be the least descriptive way I've ever heard of getting a WADDLE DEE, but overall this one's fine. I just think it's cool that you can actually get this high up to begin with. Find the side road while going uphill. Rocky Rollin' Road, mission number 1. This one's easy to see and easy to miss at the same time, which is impressive. And now, deep breaths everybody, let's stay focused together. We move on to the good ones! Finally! While I still don't think these are anything super cool, we're finally at the point where I legitimately like all of these. They're like my videos, in a way. Sure, they're not perfect, but you still enjoy them anyway, right? Right? Number 124, enjoy the view from the top of the rocket. Welcome to Wandaria, mission number 2. I just love the idea of this one. I know a few people who think a mission like this shouldn't be in World 3, but the joy of just climbing to the top of the highest point of the room, saying that I'm the ruler of the park, and getting rewarded for it, fills me with an indescribable joy. I agree that it's too basic, but it's fun for a different reason. Number 123, Beginning D in the Rapids, Fast Flowing Waterworks, WADDLE DEE number 1. I wouldn't say this one is well hidden, but it feels that way. Getting to it and not getting hit by the Gordos is a tricky kind of fun that I enjoy. Number 122, the Archdee of the Beast Pack's Last Stand, WADDLE DEE number 5. Maybe calling this one good is a bit of a stretch, but I actually need to bother paying attention to what I'm doing here, so I like it well enough. Number 121, the WADDLE DEE Above the Water in Fast Flowing Waterworks, the third WADDLE DEE. I remember getting to this one on my first playthrough, seeing the WADDLE DEE here and thinking, I wonder how you get this one. The puzzle itself is satisfying, but that curiosity is one of the things I love about Forgotten Land so much. Number 120, check inside the shipping container, Metro on Ice, mission number 3. Hey, remember 126? It wasn't that long ago. It's that, but with more going on. Well, Number 119, find the secret passage, enter the fiery forbidden lands, mission number 2. Despite my thoughts on this same kind of mission 3 levels later, this one is much easier to find and far more fun to navigate. Number 118, ring mouth in the hole in the wall, alive 'em all staff side, Waddle Dee number 1. I've talked about these before. This one's shorter though, so I like it. Number 117, vending mouth in the hole in the wall, alive 'em all staff side, Waddle Dee number 2. Number 116, light the 4 lantern switches through the tunnel, mission number 2. 3 of these are actually pretty basic to find, but I love the idea of lighting candles with the fire ability. The 4th one I actually used to miss a couple times, but for a mission so early on, to have one that's reasonably hidden, I think is actually really cool. Number 115, clear without guarding, an unexpected Beast King, mission number 1. This one would be way higher if it actually meant no guarding, but it just means don't get hit by an attack while guarding, so you can still do that slow-mo dodge roll and clear the mission. I do still like it though. Number 114, Ice the Flaming Logs, a trip to a live wall, Waddle Dee number 2. Another one that's not very exciting, but I'll admit to having a bias towards ice. It's one of my favorite abilities. I just love the visuals and the sound, and using ice to melt fire will never not be funny to me. Number 113, behind the fire shooting cannons, Moonlight Canyon, Waddle Dee number 1. This one gets all the love for being super easy to miss unless you're properly using the Among Us light bulb. I enjoy using it, but it very rarely feels necessary, while here, it actually does, which is Number 112, end of level vending mouth, invasion of the House of Horrors, Waddle Dee number 4. This one is really exciting, especially if you're doing it without the vending mouthful any % style, really fun. Number 111, slip through Goromondo's legs, the brawl at the mall, mission number 2. This one is just so random, I find it super funny. This is what Goromondo gets for skipping leg day at the gym. Don't skip leg day. Number 110, top left tower after Chloraline in Gathering of the Beast Council, Waddle Dee number 4. I kinda wish there was anything on the other towers, but there being a ladder on this tower is all you need to see to just know that you have to go up there. Good stuff. Number 109, Vending Mouthful and the Stairs Mouthful Dee. The Beast Pack's Last Stand, Waddle Dee number 3. This one actually has a good sense of scope. It's in this huge room where you need to get through obstacles and platforming challenges with the vending machine, which I find to be a blast. The stairs needed to get to the Waddle Dee isn't something I am crazy about, but with the right ability you can just ignore that entirely. I love glitches. Number 108, defeat 2 Poison Crocums, searching the Oasis, mission number 2. Back in the bottom 5, I talked about the Waddle Dee that you got from beating the second one, which is lame, but this one is another long one with some very interesting setup. I've done this puzzle with fire, tornado, ice, and drill now, and they all feel super different, which I really like. Number 107, behind 2 seals, Waddle Dee, Metro on Ice, Waddle Dee number 3. While not well hidden, this one shines because of the one seal blocking the ladder and the other one blocking the chest. Choosing violence and killing them, or going around, both work. Number 106, climb the ladder in the corner, searching the Oasis, Waddle Dee number 2. I like the look of this one, and again, verticality and Kirby, always fun. Number 105, Mystery Mall Door number 1, a trip to a rival mall, Waddle Dee number 3. I'll talk more when we get to a more advanced version of this, but I still like this basic version. It's quick, simple, and interesting. You know what? Sometimes that's good. Number 104, defeat all the beasts in the starting area. The Beast Pack's Last Stand, mission number 1. I love this one more on theme than anything. Like, the Beast Pack is throwing a barrage of enemies at Kirby to stop them from getting any farther, and then you get rewarded for defeating all of them. Nice. Number 103, make all the wilted flowers bloom. Welcome to Wandaria, mission number 3. Many bonus points for having the water mouthful used for this one. I haven't talked about it much, but I love the chonk on this Kirby. Number 102, Water Mouthful, clear the water. Welcome to Wandaria, Waddle Dee number 4. Basically the same, but you get the Toy Hammer blueprint for this one, which I love Toy Hammer, so bonus points. Number 101, orange colored coin pieces, Concrete Isles, Waddle Dee number 2. These look like potato chips infused with Mountain Dew infused with oranges. Ugh. I like the locations of these coins a lot more than the others, and trying to do it quickly while not missing any of them and staying on the path for the seabirds is actually a lot of fun. Number 100, Water Kirby, push enemy into the wall, the Wandaria Dream Parade, mission number 2. This is a far less climactic version of the Triple Deluxe final boss. It's like when Kirby has the stare down with that spoiler, except he's just squirting water onto a robot and it explodes. This write-up actually kind of got away from me, but my point is, I like this one. Number 99, Ringmouth Dee, the Beast Pack's Last Stand, Waddle Dee number 4. This is so much better than the Water Mouthful Dee earlier in the level. This one is fast, it is difficult to navigate, riddled with obstacles, and there's even a wanted poster that you need to get before moving on once you get the Ringmouth. You can also just hammer skip along this one, but regardless, I like it a lot. Number 98, Taste Test 3 Kinds of Ice Cream, Alive Mall Staff Side, mission number 1. The second and third ice creams are really well hidden and fun to find, but I love the first one because when you steal their ice cream, these two Cappies get really mad and chase after you. This is such an incredible attention to detail. I love the little stuff like this in this game. Number 97, Secret Area 5 Grain Coins with Gel, Searching the Oasis, Waddle Dee number 4. This is another one I'll be talking about more later on, but as is, it's really fun to get as many of the treasures as you possibly can. Number 96, remove 4 wanted posters, the Battle of Blizzard Bridge, mission number 1. This feels like the culmination of the ability puzzles that you need to do, since most of them have a wanted poster somewhere. It's neat, and I like that. Number 95, break the wall with Ringmouth, Abandoned Beach, Waddle Dee number 3. Look, moving in this game feels really good. I know you only follow a set path and break a wall, but it feels really great, and that's what counts. Number 94, clear without stepping on any mud, the Wandaria Dream Parade, mission number 3. Tornado makes a total joke out of this one, but that's fine. It's still fun trying to avoid all of the mud, especially when you go over bottomless pits as a shortcut. Feels incredible. Number 93, a vending mouthful to shoot past crates, burning churning power plant, Waddle Dee number 4. Forcing the vending machine on you and then making it an auto-scroller was an evil move, but it's my favorite kind of evil. It's not that hard, but the idea is just so good. Number 92, Roller Coaster Mouthful, Hit All Switches, Gathering of the Beast Council, Waddle Dee number 5. This one can get kinda tricky. I've never failed it unintentionally, love you speedrunning, but I'm always so close to failing with a lot of these switches. Gets me all tense, and I like that. Number 91, defeat Wild Edge, Downtown Grassland, Waddle Dee number 1. This is such a simple one, but not only is it the first Waddle Dee you get, but it's been near perfected by speedrunners and really goes to show how strong normal Kirby is. You can use Bomb or Cutter just fine, the game gives you that option, but I love normal Kirby strats so much in all the Kirby games. Number 90, use Cone to defeat the turtle, Downtown Grassland, mission number 3. This is the first mission in the game that has actual depth to it. You see the turtle, oh, that crack on its back, I need the cone to kill this poor little thing. You look for it, you find it wrapped up in a vine. Given what the game has given you so far, you can use Cutter or Sword to free the cone. Be free, cone! Or not, because Kirby inhales it, destroys the turtle, and frees a Waddle Dee from its imprisonment. It's early and basic, but it's the first one that stuck out to me, and that makes it special. Number 89, destroy 4 animal snow sculptures in Northeast Frost Street, mission number 1. Yeah, 1 animal sculpture is cool, but what about 4? And these are made of snow? My biggest issue with this one is that the sculptures are adorable, and I'd really rather not ruin the artistry, but otherwise, no complaints. Number 88, Secret Ring Mouthful Room, Fast Flowing Waterworks, Waddle Dee number 2. This is a nifty little puzzle room that punishes you for not paying attention. For example, I wasn't paying attention on my first playthrough, and I almost got this wrong. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Number 87, perk up with 3 cups of coffee, burning churning power plant, mission number 1. I have to question how drinking coffee near burning hot lava would perk you up, but the coffee being placed near progressively more tired enemies is an adorable touch. Great location for the cups too. Number 86, timed red switch, scale the summit, Waddle Dee number 2. I love to cheese this one too much, that's all I got. Hey, some of these have to be short, right? Number 85, shoot 3 flying targets, the waste where life began, mission number 1. This one would have ranked much, much higher if Bandana Dee could destroy all 3. Alas, I can only nab 2 of them with him. Still, I love looking around for these, and although I wish I had Space Ranger for it, since I actually like that one, what can you do? The mission itself is still a total blast. Number 84, Tornado Puzzle Room, the Battle of Blizzard Bridge, Waddle Dee number 2. This high up, and there's still one where I can't say much. I don't know, I like it. It's cool, good use of the vending machine and Tornado, but yeah. Oh, you know what else? This room, I like dying on the EX version and going out of bounds. That's fun. Number 83, beat Twin Wild Frosty without getting hit, the Battle of Blizzard Bridge, mission number 2. Damageless boss runs are always really fun, and this one is no different. There's just a lot going on with the second phase that makes it chaotic and wild. I just wish more went on during phase 1. Number 82, destroy 13 aliens using the vending mouth, Invasion of the House of Horrors, mission number 1. Wow, there's a lot of the vending machine recently, huh? Well, this is another fun usage of it. Really love that fast bit at the end where you need to destroy the final 4. Super cool. Number 81, defeat the Lost Squishy. The Waste Where Life Began, mission number 2. Okay, confession. This one absolutely would have been placed lower if it wasn't called the Lost Squishy. And don't get me wrong, I still like it. Finding the thing in this wide open room is a great time, but why is this specific squishy lost? Where did they come from? Why are they here? How did they get lost? Where's their home? So many lore-related questions go unanswered because, unfortunately, this squishy has to die. Rip in pepperoni, Lost Squishy. Rip in pepperoni. Number 80, greet the seabirds. Concrete Isles, mission number 1. Okay, we had a lot to say on the Lost Squishy, so I'll make this one quick. I love exploring this wide open area and finding these birds. This being a perfect fit for any percent is also very good. Moving on. Number 79, use bomb to hit the switch. Circuit Speedway, Waddle Dee number 2. Any puzzle involving bomb is an automatic goodie to me. You can just keep hurling bombs like an absolute nutcase until you hit that switch, but that doesn't matter to me. I just think this one is really fun. Wow, that was a lot of good Waddle Dees there. I'd make a comment about how all of the Waddle Dees are good, but writing this, even I'm getting tired of hearing that joke, so I can't imagine how tedious it would sound with me reading it out and all of us hearing it. We'll just move on to the Great Waddle Dees instead. These aren't the best of the best in the game, but I still like them a whole lot and have very little in the way of complaints. Number 78, destroy Tropic Woods' roots. The Tropical Terror, mission number 1. This one's great because it's something I never would have thought to do, but in hindsight, it's super obvious and very easy to understand. It doesn't take very long either, so you can get right back to the action as soon as you're done. Number 77, Roller Coaster in Welcome to Wandaria, Waddle Dee number 2. I don't find either Roller Coaster mouthful to be hard, so as far as gameplay goes, this one ties with the one we covered earlier. For atmosphere, though, you just can't beat Wandaria. You just can't. Number 76, eat snacks off 3 tree stumps, Rocky Rollin' Road, mission number 2. I gotta give Kirby credit, he'll literally eat anything. Eating directly off of a tree stump sounds nasty, but the little fella just doesn't care. Oh, and these are non-intrusive, easy to spot, and enjoyable to route, so to speak. Number 75, defeat Goromando with the sword ability. The Brawl at the Mall, mission number 3. For the regular levels, I don't like the obtusity, that's a fun word to say, of needing a certain ability to defeat a mini-boss. That said, for the bosses that are almost nothing but boss fight, I don't mind nearly as much. I'm more bothered by having to use sword here than anything. Number 74, use stairs to hit the switch. Fast Flowing Waterworks, Waddle Dee number 3. Okay, the reason why I like this one so much more than that nightmare I talked about before is because you can actually cheese this one with bomb, and that's really nice. Number 73, Car Mouthful Timed Dee, Gathering of the Beast Council, Waddle Dee number 1. This one is super basic despite being so late in the game, but the car is such a joyride to control that I don't care. Number 72, defeat Florina using Ringmouth, The Waste Where Life Began, mission number 3. Florina isn't even a boss, but I like this one because, well, it's early in the level, but it also gets your imagination going. You think, oh, I have the ring mouth. Can I get up there into this wide open arena looking space? Turns out you can, and you can take out Florina with it. You can get that mission clear, maybe even get Needle if you don't take it out with your little poofs, and you get the Crystal Needle upgrade too. All of it together feels incredible. Number 71, Ringmouth Dee, Windy Freezing Seas, Waddle Dee number 2. I like this more than the food since, yes, I can actually see how you would miss this one, but also because you need to work towards it. There is a sense of progression with this one, not just find food, eat food. Number 70, Find 2 Secret Passages, Metro on Ice, Mission number 2. Some of these secret passages are really well hidden, and I really like these two, especially the second. I miss it a lot, but when I go back to where it is, I always think, duh, silly Kirby fan. Number 69, Sword Puzzle Room, The Battle of Blizzard Bridge, Waddle Dee number 1. I am more impressed that a puzzle involving sword is this much fun, but I guess you could also just do this one with Cutter instead, so... Number 68, Secret Pool Area, Searching the Oasis, Waddle Dee number 1. I'll talk about this one more later on, trust me. Number 67, Crumbling Blocks, Moonlight Canyon, Waddle Dee number 3. I love the camera on this one. It captures so much of the crumbling platforms around you as you keep moving backwards until you can get the Waddle Dee. Or if you approach from above, landing close enough to the Waddle Dee so that you can get back to safety before the platforms fall apart. It's all honestly easier than I'm making it out to be, but still, I love that thrill. Number 66, Eat 4 Donuts, A Trip to a Libel Mall, Mission number 1. Confession time, I don't like donuts. I like this one though, and no, not just because 66 is my number. The second one on the conveyor belt may be a bit obtuse, but the fourth one on the outdoor lunch area on that little rooftop place is too good for me to really care. Number 65, Smash the Mallet in the Room After Bonkers, Abandoned Beach, Waddle Dee number 2. Finding the mallet is actually pretty fun, but the real charm comes from the exploding platforms behind you as you run to the end in the secret room. For something so early in the game, I'm surprised at how punishing it can get. I think it's stricter than something like that second roller coaster bit, for instance. Number 64, Don't Get Squished, Burning Churning Power Plant, Mission number 3. This is one of the few missions that actually gets me nervous. One mistake and it's all over. Of course, I mean that in a good way. These crushers are slow enough to where you can react to them, but if you're reckless, like I often am, you could fail. Big fan of this one. Number 63, Shoot the Second Group of Targets, Rocky Rollin' Road, Waddle Dee number 2. I'm surprised I like this one so much, but I think it mostly comes down to the puzzle being fun and regular old Ranger not being that bad. Shooting these down in time is a good time, especially on a first playthrough. Number 62, Eat 3 of the Ghost's Hidden Snacks, Invasion of the House of Horrors, Mission number 2. I'm so glad that this mission made its way into the any % speedrun. Routing around collecting these was something that I really hoped to do on my first playthrough, and sure enough, with Tornado being the ability of choice for this level, I couldn't be happier. Getting them without Tornado was still a great time, but the fact that Tornado pulls in nearby objects just... oh, so good, so good. Number 61, Clear Within 2 minutes, The Brawl at the Mall, Mission number 1. Hey, could you tell I'm a speedrunner yet? I'd be shocked if you said no. Number 60, Clear Without Taking Any Damage, The Tropical Terror, Mission number 4. Hey, could you tell that I like damageless runs yet? I'd be shocked if you said no. Number 59, Left Red Switch with the Moving Vehicles, Welcome to Wandaria, Waddle Dee number 1. Hey, could you tell that I love Wandaria yet? I'd be shocked if you said no. This was a simple one, but getting to this switch really fast and not having to wait for any of these time wasters to move around you, oh my god, it is so good! Number 58, Secret Room with the Spikes, Scale the Summit, Waddle Dee number 3. Tornado is such a blast to control in this game, and hitting the switches quickly enough in succession is fantastic. The first switch is nothing special, but the second and third really test your positioning and spacing to get through the room properly. Number 57, Avoid the Spikes in the Secret Room, Scale the Summit, Mission number 2. Literally the same thing as the last one, only with more precision and a quicker reward. Win-win. Number 56, Light the Second Cannon Fuse, Through the Tunnel, Waddle Dee number 4. There's a surprising amount that goes into this one, especially if you nab that wanted poster on your way. I appreciate that, especially when it comes to mostly being able to ignore stairs. I love being stairs, but I love cheese even more. Number 55, Defeat Without Hovering, Danger Under the Big Top, Mission number 1. Boss missions are great, especially when they take away easy cheese options. Hovering being so good against bosses is actually one of my least favorite things about Forgotten Land, so taking that option away, even if only for Chloralene, makes me happy. Number 54, defeat Silly Dillo in 130, Gathering of the Beast Council, mission number 2. Brute forcing this one makes it a bit less exciting, but it is still Silly Dilly, and I love this fight. Number 53, remove 3 wanted posters, Moonlight Canyon, mission number 1. I love the placement of all 3 of these, right at the start to the side, then off to the side in a dark room, and finally, in sight as you're climbing a ladder. Great stuff. Number 52, Hammer Puzzle Room, the Battle of Blizzard Bridge, WADDLE DEE number 3. Car mouthful, enough said. Or if you want some extra fun, Hammer Super Jump can skip the whole thing. Number 51, Hidden Bee behind the tilting platforms, Northeast Frost Street, WADDLE DEE number 3. This is another one where it's really fun on its own, but getting to it quickly is intense. Any% has shown me how much fun that process is though, so this one ranks much higher on the list than I thought it would. Number 50, Isle of Treasure, Concrete Isles, WADDLE DEE number 3. This one is such a tease. You can so plainly see this one in the distance, but as a newcomer, you don't know what's over there. You can make out the treasure chest, so obviously there's something there, but how do you get there? That moment of discovery when you find out how to do it is immaculate, but number 49, make landfall in the Isle of Treasure, Concrete Isles, mission number 2. Just being a mission technically makes me like it more. Number 48, green coins in the 3rd room, burning churning power plant, WADDLE DEE number 2. So yeah, the coins are well placed and fun to collect, but in tandem with the crushers and, you know, the mission that makes you not want to get crushed, collecting these is such a thrill. I know collecting green Mountain Dew sliced oranges doesn't sound like anything really, but I still enjoy it. Number 47, help the lost ducklings find their mama, the Wandaria Dream Parade, mission number 1. Remember way back when I talked about the easier version of this mission? I don't blame you if you don't, but in my book, this one is leaps and bounds better. The ducks are well hidden, satisfying to find, and you actually need to be careful since the ducks will panic if enemies and or if the parade robots get too close. And hey, Kirby doesn't eat the ducks! Even Kirby knows how to show some restraint every once in a while. Number 46, defeat 2 Lookout-A-Woofies, enter the Fiery Forbidden Lands, mission number 1. Okay, first of all, Lookout-A-Woofies. Oh, so cute. Oh. Second, there only needed to be 2 of these. If there was 1, it would be too simple. 3, too much. But 2, just right. Number 45, outrun the boulder and hit the switch. Rocky Rollin' Road, WADDLE DEE number 3. Far from the hardest thing on here, especially if you take fire from the last level into this one, but it reminds me a lot of Crash Bandicoot, and I love Crash. Number 44, boost through the cardboard boxes. Circuit Speedway, mission number 3. Boosting through the cardboard is taking a shortcut, and what is speedrunning if not taking a bunch of shortcuts? It's a lot of things, but I'm almost like 200 WADDLE Dees in. Cut me some slack, please. Number 43, clear without taking damage. Danger under the big top, mission number 4. Again, damageless is fun, especially if you stick to no hovering, meaning you'll actually have to time your jumps. This is an easy any % mission to clear once you get the hang of it, too. Okay, everybody, we're in the home stretch now. Finally, we're at the amazing collectibles, the best of the best in the entire game. My favorites. If I have any issues with these, it's all super small nitpicks. I crack jokes, but I'm just too excited to talk about them, so let's get right into it. Number 42, secret car race in under 5.5 seconds. The Wandaria Dream Parade, WADDLE DEE number 2. I'll keep it simple. I adore this one because it's stupid. This large race course in 5 seconds? Oh, you get the cone, break the ground open, hit a switch, and now you're clearing it in under 2.5 seconds. It's so dumb, and I love it. Number 41, crack open 3 Knock Knock Nuts. Abandoned Beach, mission number 1. The placement of the 3rd one really sells me on this. The first 2 you spend a bunch of time trying to crack, and it's cool and all, but the 3rd one, nah, you get the ring mouthful. One puff into it and the thing is just already cracked. A fun mission to clear that ends fantastically. Number 40, secret room with sleep on crumbling blocks. Moonlight Canyon, WADDLE DEE number 4. I want to talk about this one really badly, but it's another one of those that we'll come back to later. Trust me, it will be worth it. Number 39, fit through all holes using mouthful modes. Staff side of a rival mall, mission number 3. Just seeing the text pop up after going through all of the trouble of breaking open all of these walls makes this so worth it. Number 38, clear without taking damage, and Unexpected Beast King, mission number 4. Damageless is fun. When we get to my favorite damageless fight, I will say more, but for now, damageless is fun. Number 37, hit 3 of Silly Dillo's homemade Kirby's. Collector in the Sleepless Valley, mission number 1. I wish I could keep these homemade Kirby's and not break them, but otherwise, this is such a good lore mission, I guess. Because Silly Dilly loves collecting garbage, he makes these Kirby-looking Kirby's out of the junk he's collected to keep his mind on track. And you get to destroy them because you can see them in the arena. Oh my god, it's so good. Number 36, Swallow King Day-to-Day's Hammer, and Unexpected Beast King, mission number 2. On replay, this one is more cool to me for taking Hammer into the rest of the fight, but there was nothing like the first time I noticed Day-to-Day's Hammer lying on the ground and tried inhaling it. Little details, like I said before, are part of the reason of why Forgotten Land is so good. Number 35, clear within 2 minutes, the Tropical Terror, mission number 3. Did somebody say speed running? Oh, no? Okay. Number 34, remove 3 wanted posters. Scale the summit, mission number 3. This is another one where the placement of the posters is simply perfect. Especially the third one, it being so tucked off to the side like this, feels like a troll almost. The second one is great too, especially if you're trying to avoid the water so you can keep up your speed. Number 33, use Cutter to hit the D box. Invasion of the House of Horrors, Waddle Dee, number 2. Okay, another bit of confession time. I used to not like Cutter in this game. I still don't like Chakram. Buzzsaw is fantastic though. But despite my distaste for Chakram, I still love this one. Timing your release just right so that you don't get a Gordo feels amazing. Number 32, ice skate over lava and break the lava blocks. Conquer the Inferno Road, Waddle Dee, number 2. Ice skating over lava is just such a cute idea, but I like having to freeze the burning blocks here too. Skating over them or just using, fine, I'll say it, Freezer Blizzard to destroy them before rescuing a Waddle Dee is a really good time. Number 31, Mystery Mall Door number 2. A trip to a rival mall, Waddle Dee number 4. I love, love, love the exploration that goes into getting this one right. For such an early mission, the devs really did expect you to be smart enough to understand that this was a fake out right here, and that the real answer is one room over. That's good. I enjoy when developers assume that I am passively smart. Number 30, remove 5 Beast Base wanted posters. The Beast Pack's Last Stand, mission number 2. Again, the placement of the posters, perfect, no complaints. I'm really running out of things to say about the wanted posters, and compliments for the game in general, so let's move on. Number 29, defeat Wild Edge using Invincible candy. Circuit Speedway, mission number 2. I actually got this one on my first playthrough, obviously without knowing that it was a mission, even before any percent took the candy from a rival mall to the Wild Frosty. When I saw that this was a mission and that the devs actually assumed that I could do this, I was floored. Number 28, clear within 2 minutes. Collector in the Sleepless Valley, mission number 3, speed good. Number 27, find a cave that's safe from the wind, windy freezing seas, mission number 1. The wind currents can make this one a total nightmare to get through. I'm pretty sure that it's not so bad if you take it at kind of a normal pace. But out of all the non-boss related mission optimizations for any percent, this one might be my favorite. I'd explain, but just look at the footage please, we only have 26 of these to go. Speaking of, number 26, use Crash to defeat Wild Frosty. Conquer the Inferno Road, mission number 3. I find myself liking this one a lot more because of a Forgotten Land feature. I don't really think this is a glitch or a bug, but when inhaling a dropped ability, verticality doesn't seem to matter, like, at all. So if you get rid of your ability at the bottom of the ladder, take Crash, beat Wild Frosty with it, and jump back off, you can get your ability back. It's super neat. I know this is a beat mini-boss with blank ability mission, but Crash is literally right there, and this is super early into the level, so I give it a pass. Number 25, clear without taking any damage. The Brawl at the Mall, mission number 4. That last one was really long, so damageless. These are fun. Number 24, clear within 2 minutes. In the Presence of the King, mission number 3. Defeating bosses quickly. These are fun too. Number 23, race number 1 in 25 seconds. Circuit Speedway, Waddle Dee number 1. clearing parts of a level quickly. Those are fun also, too. But to actually go into more detail on this one, 25 seconds is a good time for this course. You can make a couple of mistakes, and as long as you go fast, still make the time. Very satisfying for those who aren't used to going fast. Number 22, beat Chloraline without getting hit. Gathering of the Beast Council, mission number 3. And back to being quick. Damageless is fun. Number 21, hit high up Chloraline using Ranger. Danger under the big top, mission number 2. This is another one I got by total chance, just by thinking to myself, you know, what would happen if I attacked her with Ranger while she was jumping up in between these little tower things? This game has a great way of rewarding you for thinking outside of the box. Number 20, clear within 130, damage under the big top, mission number 3. Yeah, 3 Chloraline missions in a row. And my favorite of the 3 is the go fast one. Crazy. Number 19, clear without taking any damage, in the presence of the king, mission number 4. Okay, I promise, the next damageless one is the last damageless one. I'll explain why these are so great soon enough. Number 18, secret room, fuse with the stairs. Burning churning power plant, WADDLE DEE number 3. I hate to admit that it took me a few tries to get this one on my recording. I blame crunch time, but still, I enjoy a puzzle like this, that looks so simple but uses the stairs mouthful in such a creative way to actually make you have to think. Especially for Kirby, a puzzle doesn't have to be hard as long as it's fun and creative, and I think that this one fits that bill perfectly. Number 17, clear without using a copy ability, the Tropical Terror, mission number 2. I've always been a huge fan of normal Kirby. Playing the game with abilities is always what makes the series special, but I don't want to take too much away from Kirby himself. These games wouldn't be as fun to play if Kirby wasn't so fun to control, so whenever the game forces you to use normal Kirby to clear an objective, I get excited. Tropic Woods is also a good fight to make this mission for, considering that he's not only a stationary target, but also the arena is very large, giving you a lot of room to run around and grab stars to shoot back at him. Fantastic stuff. Number 16, navigate the mall without getting lost, a trip to a rival mall, mission number 3. Remember those first 2 WADDLE Dees you get by navigating the mall correctly? This is your reward. Another WADDLE Dee. I like this mission more as hey, you did it, more than anything. It's very nice of the game to directly acknowledge your success, and I like that a lot. Number 15, clear the secret room without falling, Moonlight Canyon, mission number 2. Okay, if there's one thing you all need to know about me, it's that one of my favorite copy abilities in the whole franchise is sleep. I love it for being a meme and all, but I really love when it's used in a way to challenge the player. Case in point, if you get sleep on these crumbling platforms, you're in big trouble. Getting to the WADDLE Dee is all well and good, but avoiding sleep while not falling off and getting that WADDLE Dee? Amazing. Number 14, clear without taking damage. Collector in the Sleepless Valley, mission number 4. Okay, finally, the final damageless one. Let me actually talk for a while about why these are so good. Kirby games are not what I'd call a tough affair, but if you want to play them well, they suddenly become way, way harder. A lot of precision and skill are required, and similarly to when the game rewards you for beating Tropic Woods as normal Kirby, I love when the games reward you for playing well. Talking in terms of optimization, it may not be perfect, but considering that the idea of beating a boss is that you deplete their health bar before they deplete yours, it's hard to argue beating a boss without taking damage is not playing really well. I like Silly Dilly the most. I have always found this one the hardest to clear without taking damage, but to an extent, I love them all. Number 13, Diligent Digging in the Secret Room, Searching the Oasis, mission number 3. Speaking of missions that I've technically talked about before, in this room you can just get the WADDLE Dee, but if you're diligent and dig up everything, mission successful. This is another one of those that I haven't failed, but unlike the others, I've actually come very close to failing in the past. Especially towards the end, things can get really scary. Number 12, win the big battle without falling into the water. Fast Flowing Waterworks, mission number 2. This feels like a damageless battle. You can get hit, sure, but you need to fiend if you don't want to fall into the water. There are so many different ways to efficiently clear out the enemies here, but the fastest going into the water isn't allowed. So now the question is, what's the fastest way to clear this out while still following the rules the game has set for you? I love thinking of solutions to questions like this. I've done it with ice before, and I think that's my favorite one to clear it with. Tornado or Fire both work great for the speedrun, and something like Bomb or Ranger is pretty easy, but regardless of what ability I use, I love this one. Number 11, clear within 130, an Unexpected Beast King, mission number 3. Okay, now this is the last clear a boss fight within blank amount of time mission. Unlike Damageless though, this is really easy to explain. I like to speedrun, I like to play fast, this tells me to play fast. Day-to-Day 1 is the funnest fight to try and clear quickly, I think, so his version of this ranks the highest. Okay, everyone, we are so close to the end. Only 10 Waddle Dees to go. It feels like we've been here so long that I should be at like, I don't know, 5 million subs instead of 5,000. But we're almost done. Let's do this. Number 10, run from the traffic and hit the switch. The Wandaria Dream Parade, Waddle Dee, number 5. The pure spectacle of this one is enough to win me over. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot more to it than just that. Regardless of how you play, avoiding the oncoming traffic, so to speak, and hitting the switch, getting that Waddle Dee, and finally reaching the goal at the end is a really fun challenge. Trying to do this one while going fast is my preferred way of doing things. This was a Waddle Dee that you collected in any percent for a short time, and as is, it still functions as an okay backup, and something that you're gonna have to go after for a category like all Waddle Dees are 100%. Regardless, fantastic stuff. Number 9, use water to destroy 7 falling lava balls. Enter the fiery Forbidden Lands, mission number 3. The time limit on this one alone is enough for me to list it as one of my favorites, but the fact that you have to clear a secret room in order to get the water mouthful needed to destroy 3 of the 7 lava balls give this one a strangely large scope to it, and I like that a lot. I don't want to sound like I'm discounting the time limit you have though, since that only adds to the intensity, so to speak. Put the two facts together and you have a top 10 Waddle Dee in the whole game. Is single digits even, we're that close to the end. Number 8, reach the clock tower, Northeast Frost Street, mission number 3. This is one of the last missions I wound up clearing because, wow, I never thought you'd be able to reach the clock tower in the back. This right here is a good enough visual indicator that you can, quite frankly, but the fun starts once you actually realize that you can reach the thing. But instead of talking speedrun strats, for once, I'm going to go into my favorite little detail. If you look at the time, it reads 4:27. AM or PM? I don't know and I don't care. But what's important about 4:27? Think of that as a date. A United States date. 4:27, April 27th, the day that Kirby's Dream Land was released in Japan. I love that so much. Number 7, secret room, drill before the lava rises. Enter the fiery Forbidden Lands, Waddle Dee number 3. Another drill puzzle. These are really fun, and similar to a few of these recent ones, there is a time limit. And what can I say? I like going fast. Anyway, this one is fun because, while you can certainly grab these coins in any order you want, you need to quickly route in your head the order you want to grab them and then just go. The ground sinks faster than you think it would, so if you aren't fast, you're likely to miss out on one of the coins. On top of all that, I really like drill. It's definitely one of my favorite abilities in this game. Number 6, 5 green coins. The Wastes Where Life Began, Waddle Dee number 1. While not my singular favorite Waddle Dee to collect, this is the one I think about whenever I think to myself, I am so happy that we have a 3D Kirby game. No collectible in the entire game takes advantage of the wide open space that 3D grants the player quite like this one does. I wish they were more like this, quite frankly. It is huge, explorable landscape left entirely to you to explore. You'll find things along the way, the ring mouth, a few puzzles, purple toxic goop, some copy abilities, even the infamous lost squishy. And finally, you collect the 5 coins, get your Waddle Dee, and move on. Perfectly paced, perfectly executed. My only problem is that I want more. Number 5, race number 2 in 50 seconds, Circuit Speedway, Waddle Dee number 4. Is there a synonym for speedrunner? Like fast player, quick goer? I don't know, I'm out of ways to say going fast is fun, can you tell I'm a speedrunner? Frankly, I've been out of ways to say this for a while now. Anyway, this is like an expanded version of the boost through the cardboard boxes mission from earlier, only instead of a few specific points that you need to boost through, this rewards you for playing an entire track really well. My fastest time is somewhere in the 36-second mark, but I've seen shorter times. This has been optimized like insanely crazy. Number 4, make 5 tulips bloom, Downtown Grassland, mission number 2. Remember when the demo for this game came out and one of the missions was this? When I found that first tulip, I thought it was cool, but never would I have expected that it would result in one of my favorite missions in the entire game. So early on, the game effortlessly tells you that you're going to need an observant eye while you're playing it, without getting in the way of you playing the game itself. I was stuck looking for that second tulip for a long time, and I am never going to forget how good it felt to finally see that 5 out of 5 on the mission marker. Is it simple? Yes. Is it easy? Pretty easy, yeah. But does it set a high standard for the missions to come, having the tulips placed in such smart locations and get your analytical eyes ready to look all over the screen for missions and waddle dees and such? Yes. Yes, it does. Number 3, defeat Silly Dillo with the hammer ability, Collector in the Sleepless Valley, mission number 2. This is it, folks. After this, no more boss-related missions. This is my favorite boss mission in the whole game for the simple reason that, for every single other boss mission in this game, I understood what I had to do and didn't struggle all that much when doing it. This was the only exception. I actually lost a couple of times trying to clear this one. For every other Silly Dilly mission, I can use Bomb and clear them just fine. They're fun, they're just not that hard. This one was not only hard, but insanely satisfying once I finally cleared it. It may have been a bit easier if I was using Masked Hammer. I only had the Wild Hammer when I cleared it, but that doesn't change the experience that I had. Stellar all around. Oh, and this is my favorite boss fight in the game too. Really should go without saying at this point. Just want to drop that. Number 2, reach the first race goal within 20 seconds. Circuit Speedway mission number 1. Yuck, 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 I am a speedrunner, yuck, yuck, yuck. A lot of what I have to say about this one matches up with what I had to say about the 50-second variant, but I prefer this one since it's so much earlier in the level, plus it's shorter, which makes it much easier to replay and practice. Moreover, the 25 seconds the game outright tells you that you can get keeps this one a well-hidden surprise. There is, in fact, more room for improvement than what the game has outright told you. It builds off that 25 seconds using the fact that you don't know that you can clear it even faster than what you're shown, drives you to, yeah, that was a pun, drives you to try again and get better. It's so good, but not quite my favorite. It was actually my favorite for a long time though, even when I was writing this very script. This is in fact a last second change, but one that I am committed to. So what is the one Waddle Dee that snuck past this one into the number 1 spot? Number 1, Take a Nap by the Secret Pool, Searching the Oasis, mission number 1. Okay, hear me out. The reason why this is my favorite Waddle Dee to collect isn't quite universal. I don't think a lot of people will agree, but it fits me so personally that I couldn't help myself. So look, Sleeping by the Pool, that's great enough idea to land it in the top 10, and when you specifically mention that you need the sleep ability, that only makes me like it even more. But the reason why it's this high, even landing at the number 1 spot, we need a quick tangent. The any % speedrun for this game has changed drastically since day 1. Over 14 world records were set in the span of 2 weeks, and those times have been absolutely annihilated since. But since the very beginning, what has persisted through this category, evolving at such an intense, rapid pace? That's right, taking the time to catch some Z's and using sleep by the water. It's a fun idea, it uses one of my favorite, most memeiest copy abilities, and, despite all odds, is still used in the any % speedrun. This one's perfect. And finally, video over. Tell me your favorite Waddle Dees. Thank you all again for 5K subs. Let's get that number higher. I am tired. I'm going to go now. Goodbye.